You already know what it feels like. That moment at the end of the month when you look at your bank account and realize the numbers just do not add up. The bills are the same, the groceries cost more, and that paycheck, no matter how hard you worked for it, stretches just a little less than it did last year. You are not imagining it, it is real. And if you have been quietly thinking about finding another way to bring in money on the side, this video is going to change the way you see what is actually possible. Here is something important before we go any further. There is a program linked down below in the video description that has already helped people in situations exactly like yours go from zero to generating real monthly income from small side hustles. If you are serious about making a change, I want you to check it out before you finish watching this video. Because the people who act fast are always the ones who get ahead. The ones who say they will do it later rarely do. Do not be that person. Check the link below. Now let us talk about something that could genuinely change your financial life. Most people think a side hustle is just for extra cash, a little bit here and there, maybe enough to cover a dinner out or a streaming subscription. But that is an incredibly small and limiting way to think about it. Because when you build a side hustle the right way, with a real system behind it, that trickle of extra income can become a stream, and that stream can become something you actually rely on every single month, something that gives you breathing room, something that gives you options, something that makes you feel, maybe for the first time in a long time, like you are in control of your financial life. Let me paint you a picture of where you might be right now. You wake up in the morning and before your feet even hit the floor, there is already a low hum of financial anxiety sitting somewhere in the back of your mind. You think about that one bill that is coming up. You think about that thing your car has been doing that you have been ignoring because you cannot afford to find out what it is. You think about how nice it would be to just say yes to something without doing math in your head first. That is the weight that so many people carry around every single day and nobody talks about it. It is exhausting, it is demoralizing, and it makes everything else in your life feel heavier than it should. And then maybe you have tried something. You signed up for one of those gig apps. You sold a few things online. You thought about starting something but never knew where to begin. You did the thing for a week or two, made a little money, then life got in the way and it fizzled out. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a tiny voice said, maybe this just is not for me. Maybe I am not the type of person who can make this work. Here is the truth. That voice was wrong. The reason it did not work was not because you are not capable. The reason it did not work is because nobody gave you a real system. Nobody showed you how to take something small and build it into something consistent. That is the entire difference between people who struggle with side hustles and people who turn them into reliable monthly income. Now let me show you what this actually looks like when it works. There are people, right now, ordinary people with full-time jobs and families and absolutely no special background in business, who are bringing in anywhere from $500 to several $1,000s every single month from things they built on the side. Not because they are geniuses, not because they had money to invest, but because they learned a repeatable system and they stuck with it long enough to see results. The math alone will shift your thinking. Imagine making just an extra $500 a month. That is $6,000 a year. That is a car payment taken off your plate. That is a vacation you did not have to put on a credit card. That is an emergency fund that actually exists. Now imagine scaling that to $1,000 a month, $2,000. That is where life starts to genuinely change. That is where you stop surviving and start building. But here is where most people go wrong. They chase the wrong things. They see something trending online and jump on it without understanding whether it has real staying power. They work hard for 2 weeks, get inconsistent results, and give up right before something would have clicked. The issue is not effort. The issue is direction. Working hard in the wrong direction just means you get tired. The side hustles that actually turn into reliable monthly income share a few very specific qualities. First, they have a demand that does not disappear. Second, they have a delivery mechanism that can be repeated without starting from scratch every single time. Third, they have a growth path, meaning the more you put in, the more you get back, and it compounds over time instead of resetting to zero. Let me break that down even more simply. Think about the difference between selling something once versus building something that pays you again and again. The first type of side hustle keeps you on a hamster wheel. The second type builds momentum. And once you have that momentum, something shifts. The income stops feeling random and starts feeling dependable. And that dependability changes everything about how you show up in your life. Picture what it would actually feel like to see a notification on your phone that says money just came in, and it was money you did not actively have to be working to earn in that exact moment. That feeling is not reserved for wealthy people or business owners, or people with special skills. That feeling is available to anyone who builds the right kind of structure around what they are already doing or learning to do. The biggest thing that stops people from getting there is the cost of inaction. And most people have no idea what that cost actually is. Every month that goes by where you are not building something on the side is a month of potential income that you can never get back. If you could be making an extra $700 a month and you wait 6 months to start, you did not just wait 6 months. You lost $4,200. Real money. Money that could have gone toward debt, toward savings, toward something that actually matters to you. Waiting is not neutral. Waiting costs you something every single day. Here is where the authority of real results becomes undeniable. The people who follow a structured approach to building side hustles do not just make a little more money. They fundamentally change their relationship with money. They stop reacting to every financial surprise and start responding from a position of security. They stop saying no to things that would make their lives better and start saying yes. They stop feeling behind and start feeling ahead. That transformation is not about the money itself. It is about the freedom that comes with it. Let us talk about something that most side hustle advice completely ignores, and that is the emotional cost of staying stuck. Because there is a real cost to waking up every morning knowing you want more for yourself and not doing anything about it. There is a quiet kind of stress that comes from knowing your current income is one unexpected expense away from crisis. And there is a particular kind of pain in watching time pass, month after month, while the gap between where you are and where you want to be stays exactly the same. You deserve better than that. Not as a generic thing to say, but as a specific, honest observation about the kind of life that is actually available to you if you just have the right roadmap. So what does the right roadmap look like? It starts with identifying what you can offer that others need. This does not have to be something complicated. People make consistent monthly income from writing, from designing, from tutoring, from helping businesses with their social media, from creating digital products, from teaching what they already know, from providing services that save other people time. The list is longer than most people realize. Then it is about packaging that offer in a way that is easy to deliver repeatedly. Not reinventing the wheel every single time. Not scrambling for new clients from scratch every month. Building something with structure so that your time investment shrinks as your income grows. Then it is about creating consistency, showing up in a way that builds trust with the people you serve so that they keep coming back and bring others with them. That is where the monthly reliability comes from. Not luck, not a viral moment, just consistent, structured effort with a real system behind it. The difference between people who make this work and people who do not is rarely talent. It is almost always access. Access to the right information, the right strategies, the right sequence of steps. Most people are out here trying to figure this out alone using scattered advice from random places online, and it shows in their results. The people who follow a proven path get to skip years of trial and error and go straight to what actually works. And now we are back to something important. If you are still watching this, that means something inside you recognizes this as real. That part of you that knows. You are capable of more and just needs the right direction. That part of you that is tired of being financially reactive and wants to be proactive for once. That part of you is right. You are not here by accident. The program linked in the description below is built exactly for that version of you. The one who is ready to stop treating a side hustle like a lottery ticket and start treating it like an actual income strategy. The results people have gotten from this are not theoretical. They are real, and they are available to you right now. But only if you decide to take the step today and not next week. Not when things calm down, not when the timing feels perfect, because the timing will never feel perfect. The people who are winning right now did not wait, they decided, and then they started. The link is below. Go there now, read everything carefully, and let what you have learned in this video be the last piece of motivation you need to finally stop watching from the sidelines and start building the income that your life actually deserves.